Cool question. Other questions? Okay, some of that, let me go directly to this. We've already talked about this a bit. The first item on the agenda is review committee progress email report directions. So we've talked a bit about like, well, there's no directions for length. What does that mean? You know, any other questions about the? Because we went through the procedural stuff, the first class, because I wanted to get people kicked and started on working on it for early grading, especially. But so in looking at it between Tuesday and today, did you come up with other questions about the directions in particular? Before you even got to more conceptual stuff like, wow, what about length? What about goal? You know?
For the early grading, do you want us to staple the defining objectives with it, or just the?
No.
Okay.
Because early grading, September 2nd, I mean, everything is done and you're doing everything that everyone else is going to do on the 9th. You're just doing it a week early.
Okay.
So for example, if it comes in to me for early grading without the defining objectives worksheet, I'm not going to grade it. Because I need that in order to grade it, and it's also not complete. Same thing for if it comes in and it's, you know, obviously a draft. Like this is not what I think you would legitimately turn in on the 9th. Then I won't grade it because it's not finished. Or this is important. Or if you hand it in on the 2nd and it clearly does not follow the paragraph organization tips, the committee progress email report grading criteria and advice that I have embedded in this slideshow. Basically, if you have not looked ahead, then I'm likely to not grade it because it's not worth my time. Because if you are working ahead, that means being ahead. That means working ahead. So if your goal is to get something to me here that everyone else is getting here, well, I'm assuming that you have used this information too. So if you have not looked ahead and you're not using that information, then it's a waste of my time to give you really detailed feedback. Does that make sense? And that's also, and that's not me being a dick, that's me trying to save your time too. Because if you don't look ahead at this stuff, then you're going to have to do a whole bunch. You're basically going to have to start from scratch probably and revising it. Revising is instead going to be redoing, which is a waste of your time. Instead, you look ahead at this advice. You use this advice too when you're creating your email report the first time around. And the advice will probably save you time even then because that's what it's designed to do. And then that saves my time because then there's less that, you know, most of my comments will be like, this is good, this, you know. And then there'll be less for you to do if you want to revise on this. And it's like, oh, just do this and this. There you go. Is that helpful? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So the only difference between the requirements of, well, I'm handing it September 2nd versus September 9th is it's September 2nd instead of September 9th. You're handing in all the same stuff. You're putting all the same effort into it that you would have otherwise if you'd waited till the 9th. You're using all the same information and resources. Cool. Other questions about the committee progress email report in particular? Okay, well, I got a question for you.